So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go live for the watch party, the Bash in Berlin. I don't even know if I'm live, to be honest, because the link isn't working and no one's sharing it. So, who knows if you guys can even hear me or if I'm just shouting at nothing. As far as I know, there could be nothing going here. So, this is going to be one of the weirdest and stupidest videos I've ever made. I'm wondering if I should even do this. Should I just record this as a video and upload it? YouTube seems to be having some kind of problems because I can't even see that I'm live. Okay, James is here. He says, "Hey yo, Heroes Grandcat." Welcome, James. At least someone is here because I don't know how you found me because like there's nothing coming up for me. I'm trying to look at my own webpage myself on YouTube and oh, Baron says it's live. It was super delayed. Okay, well, apparently we are live then. James says my notifications came up that you were live. Well, I'm glad that someone's did. I can see there's only 2 people watching at the moment, so that is Baron and James because YouTube isn't doing its job properly. I didn't even know that I was live, and I'm the one doing it. So, well, let's see here. True Hawkster just says, we'll just share the link. Okay, well, at least someone found the link because I still haven't. Let's see here. You guys are on YouTube? Let's see if anyone comes and joins the live stream after seeing this. There they are. They're all saying, "Hey YouTube, yo." There's Weston, Cody or Roman. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Duke. There we are. Okay, so now that oh my goodness, this says it's just one person watching. Wow, slow stream. Right. Well, let's get into the predictions video then, shall we? So, we are going to look at the Bash at Berlin. It is a 5-match card, and to me, it looks fairly predictable. You know what? I'll leave the chat up. Oh, Todioko says, as a Grandcat, I'm a huge fan. Oh, that's wonderful. That's very nice. Thank you, Todioko. Let's see here. Tio says hello. Cody Rome says, the Grandcat, oh my god. I'll just let them know that I'm just going to leave the chat running. It's difficult to type and speak at the same time. Okay, so we have 5 matches. It is Gunther, der Ring General. Todioko says, the Grandcat, I love you. Let me just respond to that. There we go. Oh, Baron says you're spiking. Are we? Oh, really? You see, the thing is, now I don't have the chat up. Instead, I've got the matches up, so that Cody just loves saying my name's the Grandcat. Say his name and he appears. I believe in the Grandcat. It's difficult to clap with one hand, so all I can do is clap my fingers. Okay, so Gunther, der Ring General. versus the Viper, Randy Orton, in a singles match. And if Orton wins, he'll be transferred to Raw, and SmackDown will be transferred to and Gunther will be transferred to SmackDown. JVFX says, hello, Grand Hello, JVFX. I don't think Randy Orton stands a chance of winning this. Whether it's through some nefarious means or whether Gunther just wins clean to put himself over as a dominant champion, I think Gunther is just winning this. In fact, I would be so surprised if Gunther lost the belt in his very first title defense to Randy Orton that I would buy a hat and I would eat it on camera. And and you can hold me to that, YouTube. So if Gunther loses the belt to Randy Orton, then I will absolutely eat a hat on camera. Then we have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, against Kevin Owens in a singles match for the Undisputed WWE Championship, of which Kevin Owens doesn't really feel like he deserves the title match. He doesn't feel like he's earned it, and I don't see Cody Rhodes losing the belt at a random bash in Berlin to Kevin Owens with no real storyline up to this point. Okay, I'm going to put this back into predictions because the chat's getting a little bit crazy. So, again, if Kevin Owens wins the Undisputed WWE Championship, the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship, that is the UWU Championship, then I will buy another hat, and I will eat that on camera. So, quick note, bookmark eBay edible hat. Just in case. So, True Hulkster says, easy dub Gunther, surely. Yeah, I imagine so. I don't see Gunther or Cody Rhodes losing. I would be very surprised if Randy Orton or Kevin Owens won. I think what it will set up is it'll set up for Kevin Owens to turn heel, and Kevin Owens to go on a rant saying, I told you I shouldn't have had this title match, because he knew what would happen, he knew he would get too worked up for it and all this kind of stuff, and, he might even do some nefarious things during the match, like when the referee's down, maybe use a chair, or maybe do a low blow, or do something. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Kevin Owens to probably turn heel after this, and maybe go down a different road. As for Gunther versus Randy Orton, I think it's just to establish Gunther as a world champion. Sammer says, English or Spanish? English. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish. I speak a little bit of French, I speak a little bit of Japanese, I speak a little bit of other languages, but English is my primary one, and is Scottish, if you want the exact, oh my god, accent. Accent is the word I was looking for there. The third match, we have the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, versus the New Judgment Day, as it's called, which is interesting because, let's see here, Big Bossman says, Boss Gunther. Sammer says, this is move is grey. I don't understand what that means. But the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus the Judgment Day, which was interesting because I didn't think they would keep the name Judgment Day because they had copyrighted Street Trash, and obviously that is the joke that Gunther was calling Damian Priest Street Trash. But and I thought Judgment Day was going to rename itself the Street Trash so that, Damian Priest wouldn't have any interest in getting back in it. And now Damian Priest is going about Rhea Ripley and such. And Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were the originals, along with Edge. That was the original Judgment Day. So it would make more sense for the Judgment Day to fit in with them. And then Finn Balor, he jumped in and they kicked Edge out of the group. So it's a mixed tag match of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. And I think the whole purpose of this match is for Rhea Ripley to do the Riptide on Dominic Mysterio and get the win there. I'm hoping that they allow Rhea to pin Dominic, because I know that the men are supposed to be in the ring together, the women are supposed to be in the ring together. So I think the whole idea of Rhea getting revenge on Dominic and doing the Riptide to him it would be a very cool finish. I also think that what they are leading up to is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley winning the tag titles of JD McDonough and Finn Balor. And then you're going to see the first ever mixed tag team champions, because Rhea Ripley can absolutely 100% go with any of the guys in the roster. You know, she is the modern day China. Like, there's some people, like, you know, it wouldn't seem... Oh, Elizabeth Strickland says, hello there. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream. Like, there's some people that it wouldn't seem fair, like, having Zelina Vega go up against the likes of Kevin Owens or Randy Orton or something like that. Like, that would seem uncomfortable to watch. But I could 100% see Rhea doing, like, riptides to people in the ring, the same way that Nia Jax entered the Royal Rumble. There's, like, certain big females out there that absolutely can go, and Rhea's one of them. And I think Rhea Ripley could be the first ever, like, tag team champions on, like, the first ever female for the dominant tag team champions of the division, along with Damian Priest. I think that's maybe what they're going to go for. And maybe they won't pull the trigger, maybe they'll find it's a bit controversial or such, but I think that's what the idea is currently. And if you want that to happen, then Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley losing doesn't really make sense, because we already had Rhea losing to Liv Morgan because of Dominic Mysterio. So this is their chance for them to get their comeback, you know, to get their, you know, to even up the odds. Because if Liv and Dominic win again, it's going to be very difficult for Damian Priest and Rhea to try and say, oh, we want another match, you know, we want another... Like, it also makes sense because the next pay-per-view after this is Bad Blood, I believe. Or maybe there's a Crown Jewel in there somewhere. But I think it's Bad Blood is like the next main pay-per-view. And I could 100% see, you know, a lot of the storylines that are playing out just now being good for that show. You know, because you could have the bad blood between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes if Kevin Owens turns heel when Cody was trying to do him a favour as a friend. You could have the bad blood between the likes of Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa if they want to go that far immediately, or if they want to go Roman versus Jacob Fatu, or, you know, something like this. Obviously, the biggest bad blood is most certainly between one Charles Montgomery Punk and Drew McIntyre. And this is going to be a strap match. And not only is it going to be a strap match, it's going to be the silliest of strap matches, where you have to go around the ring and touch the four corners of the post. Why are they bringing this back? It's a stupid gimmick. Elizabeth Strickland says, Grand Cat, are you ready for Bash in Berlin? I am indeed. I will be very, very excited to go and watch it along with my friends. We're going to go over to the Grand Cat's Grand Lair, and we are going to watch it on a big TV. We're going to get in some food and snacks. We're going to get in some drinks, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And it's going to be a very, very good show. So I am indeed looking forward to it. So, because the last match, which was the special guest referee with Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre beat CM Punk, I think CM Punk has to win this match against Drew McIntyre. Also, an interesting note is that CM Punk has a 10-year loss record in WWE. It has been 10 years since he has won a match. He was entered into the Royal Rumble, of which he tore the ligament in his arm, and then he had a single match against Drew McIntyre, which he lost. So the last time that CM Punk won a match in WWE, I think, was in 2014. So I think it's about time that CM Punk gets a win. You know, I think this is the biggest loss record in history. So, I mean, I would like Drew McIntyre to win. I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Drew McIntyre just absolutely dominated CM Punk, his revenge for Clash at the Castle. But no, I think this is... Oh, Dodona says, I just got the CM Punk. Congratulations. It's a very cool card. It's a very, very strong card as well. And it will help you out severely. The broadcaster podcaster 11 says, I think Punk will win. True Hulkster says, Punk will win so we can do Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Well, I don't know if they're going to jump to Hell in a Cell just yet. I think they might hold off Hell in a Cell for maybe the likes of maybe something like Survivor Series, or, well, I mean, it'll be Survivor Series War Games or something like that, obviously, but maybe it's one of the big four Survivor Series. I mean, SummerSlam's already passed. Royal Rumble. That's a good point. I have no idea who would win the Royal Rumble this year to take on Cody Rhodes. Probably Roman. It's probably going to be Roman Reigns. It's probably going to win the Royal Rumble. And then they're going to have the rematch at Mania. That makes sense. Yeah. So I am going to put down CM Punk for that one. And then we have the Unholy Union. That's right, it's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, all the way from Scotland, versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the Superwomen of the WWE. And it's the tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, I really like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I think they're really good. And WWE seem to want to keep pushing Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. So, I have two scenarios for this match. I think either Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill win, and it's going to be very, very boring. It's just going to be the generic. It's just going to be like they get their titles back, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn get shoved back down to mid-card, which is a real shame for them. Or Alba Fire and Isla Dawn win because Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair accidentally get in each other's way, which turns Jade Cargill against Bianca Belair, because that would set up bad blood. Because you've got the friends, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, and also this is a huge match that people have been wanting since Jade Cargill showed up in AEW. They've wanted to see Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. They also want to see Jade Cargill versus the likes of Charlotte Flair, and Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. They want to see Jade Cargill against like the big names in WWE, the people that can that basically complement her fighting style. But Bianca Belair is one of the big ones that people want to see, and people have been wanting to see it basically since WrestleMania, when they tagged together, and then they won the tag belts, and they've been friends ever since. So it's like, oh, okay, maybe we're not going to do this. But I think they're doing a really, really slow burn. In the same way they're doing the slow burn of Xavier Woods potentially jumping out of New Day and going with Karrion Kross, because they've been a really slow burn with that storyline for quite some time. I think, but I don't know if Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill fall out with each other while they're tag team champions, which means that they win this match, or if they lose the match again because of something between the two. But I don't think Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn beat Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill clean. I think something has to happen. I think there has to be some kind of miscue, some kind of shenanigans involved to allow Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to win the belts. And I think they're going to like do a desperation one, where they grab the belts and they're running up the entryway, and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are standing there with their arms folded and their arms crossed, in the ring, staring down at them, and the thing is, we've had this match a couple of times now. Not necessarily a one-on-one tag title match for Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I think this is the first time they've had the proper one-on-one tag team. The podcaster says shenanigans for sure. I also think that this is probably going to be the show opener. Like, Wikipedia has this listed as match number 5, which I doubt that's going to be the main event. I think the main event is Gunther versus Randy Orton, primarily because it's in Berlin and because Gunther is such a big name in Europe. All of Europe, it's particularly the UK, but Berlin, of course, is, it's going to be on Gunther's side, for sure. I'm not sure if it's going to be quite like Clash at the Castle, where the audience were very, very vocally on Drew McIntyre's side, but I mean, I think it's going to be up there with people going to be on Gunther's side and against Randy Orton, so it's going to be interesting to watch. So let's go over who I think is going to win, and let me know if you guys agree or disagree with anything. Let me know in the comment section right now. So Gunther versus Randy Orton, I think Gunther is going to win, and if Randy Orton wins, I will eat a hat on camera. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I think Cody Rhodes is going to win. I don't see him losing the belt on a Bash at Berlin after what he went through to get the title at WrestleMania. And if Kevin Owens does win, then I will eat a hat on camera. And if Randy Orton and Kevin Owens both win, then I will eat 2 hats on camera. Because that's how confident I am that Gunther and Cody Rhodes are retaining. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. I think it could go either way, but I'm almost certain that Damian Priest and Rhea have to get their revenge match, because this match is for no reason, and generally when there's a no reason match, they generally sort of tend to give it to the good guys. Normally if there's a belt on the line, or if there's a title, or if there's a number 1 contendership, or if there's, you know, some kind of stake, you know, then you tend to get the bad guys winning. But I mean, it's not always, it doesn't always work that way, but I think in this instance, it's almost certainly going to be Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. Then we have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. BBF Lord says, just passing by, but how are you, Grand Cat? Oh, it's wonderful to see you, BBF Lord. I am doing very, very well. Charlie Jones says, bro, can I ask a question? Why, certainly, Charlie Jones, you may. You may do it in your best Scottish accent, too. Very nice to see BBF Lord jumping by. Let's wait for Charlie's question. So I think I'm going to put my money on CM Punk winning against Drew McIntyre, because I think they need an equal amount of wins to continue the feud, because otherwise Drew McIntyre is just going to be like, I've beaten you twice, CM Punk, I've got no more use for fighting you. And Drew McIntyre is going to start moving on to something else, and then CM Punk's going to be like, oh, okay, I'm have to go with his tail between his legs. So I think certainly CM Punk has to win. Okay, Charlie Jones says, I'm first in PvP, and the guy in second asking me why I'm botting. Why is that? The Broadcaster Postcaster 11 says, I think you made some good predictions. Why, thank you. Let me just read that comment again, second. Sorry there, Charlie. Charlie Jones says, I'm first in PvP, and the guy in second asking me why I'm botting. What is that? Will Trammell says, hello, Grandcat. BBF Lord says, hope you have a lovely stream today. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go to sleep now. Why, that's completely fine, BBF Lord. Thank you for coming along. And hello, Will Trammell. Welcome to the stream. Charlie, I suspect that it's... if you've got an extremely high number of points, then people would suspect that you were botting. And maybe it's also just if the player that's second place is a bit jealous. The thing is, like, there's a lot of prevalent cheating that goes on in WWE Supercard. Cat Daddy really should be doing more to try and stop it, but they don't. So maybe he just thinks you're cheating. I wouldn't hold it against him, but yeah. Charlie Jones says, I have 16k, they have 15.1. 16k is a lot. That's very impressive. That is a tremendous amount of grinding you have been doing. And they've got 15.1. It sounds like they've also been grinding quite a tremendous amount. So, I would say congratulations to the two of you. Especially if you have done that. Charlie Jones says, I used all my ads and have just been chilling. Well, yeah, that's completely fine. I mean, some people just genuinely put in the work, and some people don't, and they just use bots, and the people who use bots are just ruining the game for all of us, for everyone in Supercard, and it sucks, and I don't know why they would, because, I mean, what do you get? You get a little trophy just saying, like, yeah, I was number 1 in PvP, and it's like, yeah, but you did it through cheating, you didn't accomplish anything, so, I don't know. I've never understood people that cheat. Charlie Jones says, hey man, have a good stream. I'm gonna go play RTG. I'll have your streaming on my TV. Oh, very nice. So you'll still be watching. That's very cool of you. So let's get the predictions actually in here. Oh, and then, I didn't go through to Alba Fire and Ella Dawn. I am going to put my money on Alba Fire and Ella Dawn retaining. So let's see whereabouts we are going to go. Roddy Piper will probably not be there on the basis that he unfortunately passed away. Braun Breaker isn't on the show. M. Bison is a fictional character, so that's unlikely. CM Punk will, of course, certainly be winning. Well, that's my prediction anyway. Alexa Bliss has not been named yet for coming back or making a return anytime soon, so I mean, we'll have to wait for that one. Seth freaking Rollins isn't on the show. Logan Paul isn't either. Eddie Guerrero, again, sadly, passed away. Nia Jax isn't there. Odyssey Jones isn't there. Tama Tonga, Jada Parker. Kevin Owens is there, but I don't see him beating Cody Rhodes, so I'm not going to go for that. Solo isn't there. Damien Priest is there, and he will be winning with the Terror Twins. Liv Morgan, doubtful. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I suspect he will win. Just making sure that was everyone, yep. The Rock, Akuma, Undertaker, Sol Ruka. Nope, none of these people. Hang on. Why is Sol Ruka here and also here? Whoa, I have never seen that happen before. That's crazy. Finn Balor, Sheamus, Randy Orton, don't think so. Jamie, Chung-Li, E. Honda, oh my goodness. Drew McIntyre, unfortunately I don't see him winning. I think it is indeed CM Punk's turn. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, I am going to gamble on them retaining their tag titles. And there is Alba Fire indeed. So we don't have a good Gunther. We don't have a good Rhea. Yeah, dang. So my other two predictions. The broadcaster podcaster says, my friend said he put John Cena in his predictions. Well, unless John Cena gets booked for a match this Saturday and also wins it, I don't see that happening. The 1 minute wrestler with Jesse Jackhammer says, hi, it's the Grand Cat. Hello. Oh, let's see. Lil Top says, you went past one of the women in SS tier, bro. Oh, did I? Which one? Let's take a look at the female actually. Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Jada, Liv Morgan, Michin. No, I don't think I did. Well, there's a Rhea. There's a Rhea down there at 3,420 points. So that might be the one we're going for. Let's see here. What's our best Gunther? I didn't get the PLE Gunther. I got the Nia Jax instead, so that's why he is not showing up. Oh, Lil Top says, I thought I saw Alba or Isla in SS Tier Dawn. You're right. I do have an Isla Dawn in SS Tier. You are absolutely correct. Thank you for pointing that out for me. There she is. So that one's worth 4,080 points. This is only 3,710. So thank you. That does give me more points. That's a very good shout out, Lil Top. I appreciate that. You have been acknowledged. I am holding up my paw for you with one finger up in recognition of Lil Top. Thank you for that, good friend. Lil Top says you're welcome. So let's see here. Oh, if Will Trammell says, guys, why haven't you liked the stream yet? Like it before Bronson Reed tsunamis you in block capitals. So, Gunther and Rhea Ripley are our next best choices. Because I think those are the other two that I'm predicting to win. Although I would like to see Big Bronson Reed do another splash. Ghost 120 is my supercard game. Very good. If anyone wants to check out Ghost 120. Okay, so there we've got a Gunther that's 3,110 points, which is from Royal Rumble 24 tier. So 3,000... What's that said there? 3,110. And Rhea is... Did I go past Rhea? Is this all... This is all males, that's why. Oh my goodness. That was silly of me. Rhea's 3,420. So 3,420 is more than 3,110, so that is my predictions. Of course, if you have Gunther, I would put Gunther in there as well. It's very interesting. The top row is all males and the bottom row is all females, which just goes to show how much the women's division means to World Wrestling Entertainment. That it's 50-50. Christopher Juarez says, hey, welcome Christopher Juarez. So this is a very, very good indicator of what WWE is doing. Christopher Juarez says, everyone. I'm sure you're saying, hey, everyone. Similar to me going, hi, guys. Hi, I'm the learning cat. Surprisingly, that Chris Jericho learning tree gimmick has become one of my favourite gimmicks in AEW. I don't know why it's terrible. It's such a trash gimmick. But Jericho is just so charismatic with it. Oh my god, that guy can get over anything. But there we go. That is my predictions locked in. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your predictions. Once again, just to go off the top, I think Gunther's defeating Randy Orton. I think Cody Rhodes is going to defeat Kevin Owens. I think Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley are going to defeat Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. I suspect that CM Punk will beat Drew McIntyre. And I think the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, will retain their tag titles against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargo. And I just missed a comment there. Let's see. Christopher Wire says, I see Drew. The Broadcaster Podcaster 11 says, I just returned to see Supercard and there was a Street Fighter collab, or am I seeing things? There is indeed a Street Fighter collaboration. Let me just show you some of them. There you see M. Bison. There is also, if we go down a little bit further, there's Rey Mysterio dressed as Ryu. There's Akuma. And we have a whole bunch of other Street Fighter characters. There's Jamie, Chun-Li, E. Honda, Zelina Vega dressed as... I can't remember her name. Wow, that's terrible. Wow, I've completely forgotten her name. She's only got one eye. She's... Ooh, Jury, thank you. I could not remember that for the life of me there. Blanca, Xavier Woods dressed as Ken. That is really weird. JC Jane's now showing up twice as well. I think we've got another couple. There's Jury herself there. Ryu. Maybe that's all of them? Oh no, there's Dalsim, there's Luke, Zangief, Gail, and Ken. Rashid, and Kami. And I think that's the last one. So there you go, so there is a whole bunch of Street Fighter characters. Will Trammell says, wait, who is facing Punk? The person facing Punk is going to be Drew McIntyre in a strap match where one of us is going to press the top 4 turnbuckles before the other one. In one of the silliest matches of all time. Chris Wire says, are you gifting the Battle Pass? Not in today's video. Lil Top says Drew will. Chris Wire says messed up spelling. Will Trammell says right. Will Trammell says who faces Isla and Alba? Bianca and Jade, right? That is absolutely correct. And Will Trammell says I'm really behind in the matches. So once again, just for everyone that may not be up to date with everything, Gunther is facing Randy Orton for the Singles World Heavyweight Championship, which I think Gunther's going to retain. Cody Rhodes is defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, the Uwu title, against Kevin Owens. The Terror Twins in a mixed tag match, or Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, are going up against the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are going to fight each other in a strap match, and the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, defend their tag team championships against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargo. And that is all 5 matches that will be at the Bash in Berlin. The Broadcaster Podcaster 11 says, can I still get them, or did I miss my chance to get them? Unfortunately, you did miss your chance to get the Street Fighter collaboration, but I think you can still pull M. Bison off the board. I've heard people say that they've pulled him recently, so that's a possibility. Lil Top says, could I join your team if there's any space? Absolutely you can. In order to join my team, all you have to do is go into the description of this video. You'll find a link to my Discord server. And then you click on that Discord server, you get in there, and then you say, hi, I'm a fan of Grandcat, and I would like to join your team. And it's not me that does it, it's someone from Soul Order 2 will get you into the team. And then once you join, and then if you do a good job there, then you will eventually be moved up to Soul World Order 1, where you'll be on the same team as the big old Grand Cat himself. And Will says, hell yeah, you can. So there we are, folks. That is going to be it for this little video, folks. I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and I hope you're all going to have a wonderful time with the Bash at Berlin. And it looks like Road to Glory is starting soon, because it starts in 0 minutes and 0 seconds, which is weird, because it should have started 6 minutes ago. Let's just go back out and go back in. And there we go. Road to Glory has started. So we've got Austin Theory with his mouth open, Valhalla with her mouth open, Dude Love with his mouth open, Shinsuke Nakamura with his mouth open, Ilya Dragunov, not Eladon, Ilya Dragunov with his mouth open, Jimmy Uso with his mouth open, Damian Priest with his mouth open, and of course, Big Bronson Reed with his mouth open. As you can see here, the gimmick for this Road to Glory is they all have their mouth open. So, we are Isla Dragunov, yes. Let's go ahead, and we're going to buy 75 point doublers. And we're just going to jump in and start doing this. Ryan says, who should be in my prediction? Any advice? Absolutely. That's what the entire prediction video was about. If you want to go and take a look, you will see, if you watch this little video, if you watch it back, if you missed the beginning of it, then you'll be able to see literally everything that I posted, or that I've said, and all of the reasonings behind each of them. So that is what I would suggest for you. But that is going to be it for this little video. I really hope that you've all enjoyed, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.